you're still going to be happy.
I'm happy.
Like, you're happy in a way just to see a win.
Yeah. No,
Are you ultra? No.
no. It was a good win.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We're happy to see a win.
Anyway, good
We're
evening.
happy to see a win, guys.
Two of us tonight, as you can see. Jules is crook. We got a message today.
Late.
Yeah.
Late message.
He's unwell, so he might be watching. Probably not, but if he is, it sounds so fucked today. If he is, get well soon. We'll see you next week for our last episode until the trade recap.
150th episode.
No.
Oh, how
we're
many?
we're at 167.
Oh.
We did 150. You know what? We're closing in on 200. We'll get to 200 next year. It'll be touch and go, actually. Maybe not.
We
Anyway.
promised them, this is the bad thing by us, to be fair. We promised them a live show. We did. Like what the Jumper Punch do.
Promise to a live show.
When we did our 150th or 100th,
No.
we said we're going to do a live show.
No,
And
the
I feel
100th
sorry for the listeners.
The 100th was people can call in. One person called in. Brad is a good bloke. I said if we get to 200, we will do a live show.
I've got the place where we're going to do it.
Well, and they might be on board next year. But anyway,
Yeah.
we're not going to talk about that now. We're not going to talk about that. We'll talk about it later. Anyway, two of us tonight. Bit to talk about. Let's get to the intro.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It was clean. It was clinical. Like, we executed to perfection.
Now, I'd like to actually go into a few stats because, and I questioned Charlie about a month or so ago.
That is so frustrating as a fan. All you needed was an extra 2-3%.
On the podcast, you're a shit person. You're arrogant. You're obnoxious. I'm sick of it. And I reckon I've got 2 more episodes in me.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 167 of the Almost Blues Brothers podcast, part of the Blue Abroad Media Network and proudly powered by the beautiful Mavros Studios here in Preston, which we've called home in 2025. Still calling home for a couple of episodes, but
I've got someone for him. For Jordan.
who have you got?
Yeah, I've got him a client.
Yeah, who?
Oh, yeah, I've got him a client.
Okay,
They
well,
wanna-
there you go.
They want to start their own podcast.
All right, well, Jordan, if you're listening, there you go. Bang.
George,
We
contact
have
me.
Done our job.
Contact me,
our
Happy
job.
George, and I'll give you a client.
Mavros Studios, 84 Hotham Street in Preston, Mavros. If you also want to start a podcast or if you've got a little show or something that you want to do, hit up Jordan, head to Google, Mavros Studios. They'll sort you out. Sponsored by 3099 Jerky. Head to 3099jerky.com. You can get your beautiful beef jerky there. They've been sponsors with us all year. This is our last bag. I haven't touched this because we've rattled through it.
That's why Jules is sick.
Jules
He's eating too
rattled
much.
through it. That's true. It's fantastic jerky. I know a few listeners have actually gotten some jerky this year, so head to 3099jerky.com. Get your jerky today. St. David Dairy, Cafe and Concept Store in Fitzroy. Head down there, get their milk on tap. Award-winning ice cream, coffee, whatever you want. It's great for brunch. And Vortep. Now, last week, you didn't wear your Vortep because you said they had a jumper. Yeah, that was similar to what you were wearing.
Bang.
This is the jumper. I brought it in this week. I'm not wearing a jumper this week. I'm a bit hot today because I'm a bit hungover. But this is the jumper Dan was talking about, hoodie. And we've got the oversized sweatshirt there, which I wear a lot. I've had that for a long time. But head to vortep.com.au. Almost Blues Brothers, one word at the checkout for 10% off.
He's
Get your
best
Vortep
seller.
gear.
He's best seller of the hoodies.
This is
The
unbelievable.
hoodies and the tech fleece pants.
This genuinely, I know they're a sponsor and whatnot, so people are going to think, oh, we're paid to say this. No, this here is the best hoodie in my wardrobe. I'm not even joking. Warm, thick, and fits well. It's true.
Yeah.
I'm actually not joking. Why are you laughing?
No, because you throw unbelievable around for like everything.
Well, that's like Jules with, he's got a few. Obviously. Yeah, I do.
No, but it is.
More
You're right.
adjectives. It is.
It's not bad.
It's a great sweater. So, vortep.com.au, Almost Blues Brothers, one word at the checkout, 10% off. Just us two tonight. What did you do this weekend? And you're in Jules' seat, so I'm
hold on.
scared.
So, because I'm sitting here, I just did some stuff around the house.
It's actually true, mate.
did. No, this weekend, we actually went to Tonda in Preston. Have you been to Tonda?
No.
On Saturday night for Lauren's grandfather's birthday. So happy birthday, Charlie. Ripper food there. Very nice. Very nice food. Italian. Yep. On High Street. High Street, I think it is. Yeah, we went there. Went and saw a mate. I've got to organise a Bucks party. So, but he wants to do like a...
Private dining.
Yeah, like a not Bucks.
He just wants like a big dinner.
Just so
mates.
16 people, 17 people, and he wants to do a dinner and then go from there. I don't know where to go. So if anyone can put some suggestions on like a private dining,
put them in the live chat. Put them in the live chat.
because we read it back. We listen back to the comments.
It'll be there. Yeah.
So I want to look back later and let me know because I need a private dining space for 17, 16 people. Preferably like Italian, I reckon, in terms of cuisine.
Okay.
Or Greek.
Somewhere in the northern suburbs?
No,
wherever.
not Greek. The bloke's Greek. So
Doesn't matter. Northern suburbs, southern, southeastern. Where do you want?
Just give me the suggestions. I'll work it out.
Give him some suggestions in the live chat. We'll read them out.
Jules, yours? Oh, yeah, Joe, yours? How was your weekend, mate?
I actually had a big weekend. Well, Premier League started this weekend. So I was up at 5 a.m. yesterday, watched the first game. Didn't get to watch any games last night, though, because I was at a wedding. So I was up at 5 a.m. yesterday, but at about 60th minute, dog started throwing up. My dog. He started shitting everywhere, throwing up. Sorry, this is a bit much. But so I ended up having to take him to the vet very early yesterday morning. Went to the gym. Bit of a rush. Had to get out to a wedding out in Warburton. Warburton, have you ever been?
I feel like I have, but I'm going to say no.
Unbelievable. Listen, me and Gab are going to explore a bit more of Victoria now that we've been back. Yeah, I have. Amazing. Go. No, Warburton. Me and Gab want to explore a bit more of Victoria and like hiking and all that sort of stuff, right? Warburton is on my map. It is sensational. Like in terms of the surrounds.
Like the landscape.
Like I was about to say unbelievable again. You got me tonight. It was sensational.
Do you feel like you're in Victoria?
You feel like, well, yeah, you feel like you're in Australia, but you don't feel anywhere near the city. It's only about an hour 15 away. Right. And it just feels like it's great.
Local town, bit of pub there.
Nice bakery, a few pies, and yeah, it was a couple of pubs. Yeah, it was good. It was good, Warburton. But anyway, the wedding.
We'll take our son and we'll go road trip.
There you go, done. Wedding was good. One of Gab's mates. Yeah. I just said yes. It was a good wedding. Something about the mic. Maybe is it your mic?
There's no way.
They're saying your mic's cooked. Just tap it for me. Let me.
It's this spot. That has to be working. I can tell.
Can you just? I think it's because you're speaking past it. Yeah, it's got to be here. You got to look at me. Move your chair around a bit.
Just go.
I said.
That's better.
That'll be better. See how I'm like it's front on. You and Jules, like I
told
this,
you
right this way.
I didn't want this spot.
But
this episode.
It would be worse. It'd be worse. Yeah. See, you're back. Just stay there. I don't even know where I was. Anyway, yes, congratulations to Caitlin and Jared, a couple of Gab's mates. But a shout out to the photographer. I was sitting at the dinner table. I get a tap on the shoulder. Comes over to me, goes, "Are you Joe?" I go, "Yeah." I go, "Like, did we go to school together? Like, how do I know you?" He goes, "Almost Blues Brothers." He's a listener. He's been listening for a few years. So shout out to John, the photographer at the wedding yesterday. Long-time listener from Tassie. Good bloke. We had a nice chat about the game yesterday. It was good.
It's funny you say that. I actually had at Mark's Nonda's funeral.
Yes.
I forgot his name. He's gonna be listening tonight as well.
Okay.
I apologise because I forgot your name. But
they reckon your mic's still no good. I don't know what's going on.
What?
Yeah.
He came up to me anyway, Joe.
A guy came up to you.
Came up to us and goes, "Oh, the show, love it." He didn't really mention.
Just keep talking.
He didn't really mention you. It can't be anything wrong with the mic, Joe.
I'm telling you, it's got to be here, and you got to speak into it.
I am.
Just shift your body a bit more.
I'm alright like this.
All right. That should be better for Dan. Can you speak now?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, I can see your volume. I'm just going to check the. I'm gonna check the volume.
This can't happen every week.
Well, it has been.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, let me check the. Yeah, they say it's better now. You've got to speak directly into the mic.
Okay.
And stay close. Look how close I am.
I am as well. Joe.
Yeah, now you are.
I've never had a problem with the mic when I sat there. I sit in Jules' spot. For some reason, there's a problem with the mic.
All right, we're going to hit this thing and then we'll get into this. All right, that should be good for Dan's mic for the rest of the show. If you just stay in the right position. See how I'm speaking? You've just
Don't give me a lecture. Just do the show.
Just keep your mouth close to it. Anyway. Yeah, see? Gavin Whelan said put put your lips to the tip.
I'm not used to that, Gavin.
All right. LS says the mic's fine. It's the podcasters that are defective. You've only got one suggestion for the Bucks, and it's from Michael Cherivolo. He said schnitz and tits.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably not. No, just keep giving me the suggestions.
Yeah,
It's fine.
keep giving suggestions.
Just throw 'em
Anyway,
in.
we've got a bit to talk about. Before we get into the game quickly, Brad Lloyd, next one that was gone. So since last week, we spoke about Voss, obviously. Brad Lloyd, next casualty under Graham Wright. Probably one we all saw coming.
Very much to be expected.
Thoughts?
I think I've been calling for his head for a while now. I think a lot of our supporters have. I think that you look at the past how many years.
I'm going to ask you to move this way because, almost out of shot. Just move this way. Come down.
Joe,
Come across.
this is my not happy Dan because this is frustrating the fuck out of me.
Come in. That's better. I'm just trying to get you in focus because I know you like.
This is frustrating me now.
Yeah, all right. We're done now. Now that's better. We're perfect.
Because you come in here half an hour before to set everything up and now you're moving it.
Well, hey, I didn't think that we wouldn't be able to hear. Anyway, go. Brad Lloyd.
Anyway,
One
Brad
we saw
Lloyd,
coming.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I just think that in terms of accountability of the whole football department, if you're looking at questioning someone, his name was the one a lot of us have mentioned with the way it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his time obviously had come. And that's why Graham Wright pulled the trigger.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in the role for 7 years? So that's Teague and Voss. Actually, maybe Bolton as well. And Bolton. So 3 coaches that have been... Voss has been the most successful, but he wasn't really the one that appointed him. I remember in the internal review...
He was on the panel.
But I think when we did the internal review after Teague, he was looked at. Brad Lloyd at the time. He was looked at. Job was safe after he was looked at, and they did an assessment of where he was at. But when your football club gets to this point again, and you're the footy boss, like you're the head of the football department, no brainer. Yeah. So look, great servant of the club, been there for a long time, was there for saw us through to a prelim and all that sort of thing. But when you're looking at football outcomes and football results, you want consistency. We haven't been consistent. He's head of the program. See you later.
Well, I think that's the way Graham Wright has literally looked at it. A lot of people talk about the board, but again, it's the football department in particular that's failed, you'd say, this year.
No shit.
And he's the head of it. So, unfortunately, that's the way it goes.
And then the other one was obviously Graham Wright is now officially the CEO of the football club. So, Brian Cook's left. So, we've got Cook, Sayers, Brad Lloyd, all gone. So, this is clean slate. That's it. From almost a clean slate. I know Voss is still there, but it's almost a clean slate from a football department perspective. So
we've heard some names. Who have we got as head of football?
I know Bartel's been mentioned, but there was one from it's either Hawthorn or Port. I think it's whoever Mark McKenzie.
Mark McKenzie.
There's another one that's been mentioned.
I think Bartel's a strong candidate, from what I've heard.
I'm hearing it's more McKenzie at
really?
this point. Yeah. A couple of other rumours. Actually, do you want to go? Do you want to do this now or do you want to do it later?
No, do it now while we're in here and then we'll go to the review.
So they're the changes that have been made that we know of. Now, the rumour mill is flying at the moment, and this is very comfortable territory for Carlton supporters because the off-season is usually
our
best
favourite
season.
part, yeah.
So now, there's a few that we've spoken about this week. And these are just rumours. But you know what? Fuck it. We're at the end of the season. Might as well start.
And also, before Joe goes into it, I actually came to his house during the week. And we both looked at each other and smiled and just reeled off about 6-7 rumours.
Yeah, genuinely. So first, take
it from here.
Well, first are assistant coaches that I've heard.
Hinkley
is potentially one that might be coming in to the football club.
Senior assistant.
Something like that. The other one is Hayden Skipworth and Adrian Hickmott. They're the 3 this week that I've heard. Now, Hickmott coming back to the club, that'd be brilliant. He's put together a nice little CV for himself. Skipworth, senior assistant at Collingwood, okay? Comes from a culture that has won a flag. But the most interesting part of Hayden Skipworth is his name was raised, and in the betting market, my understanding at the time, was second to Voss. Second to Longmire if we were to replace Voss. Now, if you're going to bring Skipworth in as senior assistant, and you haven't extended Michael Voss, does that say anything?
Potentially.
Does that say...
Skipworth, was he there during Wright's tenure? Yeah.
I believe so.
At Collingwood?
Yeah, I believe so. So, now, I'm not...
So he's bringing in his...
Just rumours. We're just talking with shop tonight, whatever.
Yeah.
But if Hayden Skipworth was to come to the club as it's been potentially said, and you haven't really backed in, like you've backed in Voss, you said he's going to be coaching next year, but everyone knows he's coaching for his life in the first 10 weeks next year.
Very much.
Are they maybe setting up for a future beyond that if it fails? I don't know.
Could be.
Interesting move if that is the case. Skipworth, a very, very sought-after assistant coach.
So we're saying it's either Hinkley or...
I think all three could still come across.
But that means that Hansen and some other assistants
Well,
are
Hansen
gone.
and Hamill are the only two that are contracted, I believe.
Right.
Or have more than 1 year left
Yeah,
on the
Russell's
deal.
not.
No, there's going to be a few assistant coaches that we see leave the club. Everyone knows that at this point. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in that department. The other one is, well, this isn't really a rumour, but it's a theory that we've both got on Tom.
Yeah, are you going to say it?
You can go if you want.
No, you're going to do it.
No, go.
The three-way.
No. Well, no. I was talking about that. First off, he may not actually leave at this point.
Well, apparently he's actually asked to stay.
all right. I don't
This
know
is where we're going.
I don't think we need to go into what we've heard from that perspective. But the theory is he's been out of form. Everyone knows it, right? St Kilda need to sign Nazire. They're big money on the table for him. They're probably after a few others. Is there a possibility that they take the contract off the table for Tom and we end up keeping him?
You've worded it a better way than what I would have.
Well,
yeah, you've done well there.
Yes or no?
Well, yes.
Yeah. Would you?
St Kilda need to keep Nazire.
No shit.
Simple.
Now, whether or not Naz is out of contract, he can tell him I'm out.
Correct.
And then that is what it is, right? And I think that's still probably going to be the case. But let's say there is a world where it falls over for Tom at St Kilda and we've got a contract offer in front of him for one or whatever it is, $1 million, right? Would you keep him at $1 million?
Probably not.
You wouldn't be happy if he stayed for $1 million?
For $1 million.
Salary cap goes up to $20 million next year.
Does it?
Yeah.
Then you
So
keep
$1 million is probably more so like 800 right
yeah,
now.
you'd probably keep him then.
Yeah. I would say
in
yes.
In that case, yeah.
I'd say $1 million is about right
Yeah.
for Tom.
Do we necessarily need him? Probably
Don't
not.
think so. Not
No.
with Hudson O'Keefe, who has been very
Well,
impressive.
we'll talk about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the second one. The third one.
I think just quickly on
Go.
that, I think a lot of Carlton supporters have been looking at life without Tom. With the whole
the
whole season and how it's panned out and this whole saga of Tom and St Kilda, I think we've actually looked to what does life look like and what does our best 22 look like without Tom.
I agree. I think there's a lot of Carlton supporters that are looking that
Yeah.
way. Yeah. The third one, which we've both heard very, very, very strong. Very strong. And it's not just us. It's started to fly around a little bit. Is?
Zach Butters.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I reckon it's
We're excited about it.
I reckon
We're
it's
excited.
a 20% chance if it did. But apparently...
I think too many things have to fall in a line for this to happen.
Apparently we're in for him as 17 other clubs would be in for him if Port Adelaide were shopping him around. Now, what does it look like if it was to happen? This is why I think the rumours become so strong because of the moving parts. Yes?
Yeah, because of Naz to Port.
Yep. And Tom
to
the
St
Saints.
Kilda.
So what unlocks that deal for Butters, what unlocks that deal
Is
for
Naz.
Nazire
Yeah.
is Tom.
Correct.
Because we're going to get a pick 6 or 7 as compensation. We've got a future first rounder. You swap and trade. Eventually, we need something to come back if we're going to give up pick 7 and a future first. Zach Butters is a pre-agent, as they call it.
You're not saying no to Zach Butters. Simple
Not
as that.
a chance.
Simple as that.
Yeah, that is the player we need. So if there's any truth to that, I think we'll just keep a close eye on it because if there are moves that are going to be made this off-season at the club, which we've been told that there will be, that'd be one.
We'll
that I
go
think
into a bit
we'd have
more of
to
this when we talk about some players, but I still think a small is a priority.
You know what?
With how our midfield,
Can I tell you
like Lord, Walsh, Hewitt, Cripper,
I want to talk about this more next week because we're going to do like a trade preview next week.
it'd be exciting.
Yeah, which is going to be good. And
Yeah.
what we want. But yeah, go.
I'm just saying with those 4, then you bring in Zach Butters into that mix, knowing that we probably need, I'd say, better players elsewhere.
Sure. I agree.
I think a small would be
So
where I'd
I've
be
got
looking.
3 names for smalls, which I was thinking about today. Liam Ryan's one.
Roses.
Malcolm Roses is another.
Yeah.
And that was actually reported this week by Riley Beveridge that we are into both of them.
So I was speaking to a mate of mine.
They're going to
about
come
this.
cheap. They will come cheap if we go
Well,
after
Ryan, how old's Ryan now?
28 next year.
Correct.
29. Yeah.
And Rose is actually young, though.
Yeah, but he's out of favourite at the Suns.
Well, that's right. He doesn't get a game.
So you're probably going to get them pretty cheap.
Who's the third?
The third one, who I watched today and I've been watching all year, Morris Rioli Jr.
Really?
Tackling machine. You know what? That's the type of small that I want.
Yeah.
Someone that just applies that sort of pressure and
The pressure
application
in the
each
forward
week.
half. See how hot it was against Port?
Yep.
That's what we need.
Yep.
We're dangerous when our tackle count inside forward 50 is plus 15 to our opposition. Port
Agree.
had 3. Ours is like 16, 17. So, yeah. His ability to put like
His output?
his output
Well, I'll
to
check
hit the
his,
scoreboard. What like where's that
I'll
at?
check his goal tally for the year.
Because we need a bloke that can kick us. How many goals, Joe?
We need a 30-goal forward. He's
Correct.
laid 28 tackles for the year, which isn't too bad for a small forward. But he's only played 11 games. So he's laying about 3 tackles a game, which is pretty good. It's actually pretty good for a small.
Yeah, we need goal kickers. Though.
Goals, he's only kicked 4 for the year.
That's what I'm saying.
So, yeah, I mean, there's some room for improvement there. But I think it's more so that play, like, I want that type of player.
Yeah.
That'll nail, like, run down tackles, effort every single week in the forward half.
What's the difference between him and Will White?
Probably not much, but I think you still need to put pressure on that spot.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? We'll go through next week how many we probably want or think are going to leave the club, and there's a lot that are going to come from that forward half, I can tell you, because they're just not up to it. So it'd be interesting. Anyway, that's it for the rumour mill for now. We'll go into a little bit more of that next week when we do the trade preview. Now, let's read the match report. Actually, while I get this
Read it happy.
I get this up and loaded, we're like, all right, we've been pretty negative on this podcast, and rightfully so, right? But how happy were you to actually see a good win?
Yeah, I'm happy that we belted him.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I was jumping around celebrating, but it was good as a supporter to see a win. I think the way we went about it was more like what we've shown when we're really good. Hey,
Yeah, agree.
like that's how dominant we were in clearance and stoppage, and to gain territory from that, but also be clinical in front of goal. That's the brand that I think, as supporters want to see. And I think if we're doing that, which is what we've shown when we are at our best, we can beat anyone. Now, Port, are in very bad form. They're terrible.
No, they've been bad.
That was shocking.
I mean, they don't have and I'll go into this too, but they don't have a coach, so they're not really playing for anything,
Irrespective,
right?
that's shocking.
Yeah, they're bad. Yeah, I mean, you'd expect that we should be able to do that to a team that's
I'm
just
glad we
poor
did that.
form.
Yeah, I'm glad we did that rather than like a 10, 15, 20-point win.
Match report before we go on. So we're 4 goals up at quarter time, and then Adelaide, they kicked 5. They kicked back. We lost by 3 points. Oh, it's the wrong game. We lost by 3 points.
I can't.
They're fucking choking. They're choking. Oh, fuck, it's good to see. You know what? I've been quiet.
We were happy about this.
I've been quiet because I thought the Pies would bounce back at some point, but they look so fucked.
They look shit.
They look bad. They had 70 inside 50s or something like that. Something stupid. They just
Now none of them are saying anything.
They're very quiet. Anyway, that might come back to bite me in the ass, but they are fucking choking at the moment. It's fantastic. Anyway, our match report, final scores. We were 4 goals up at quarter time, and we went on with it. 18-10, 118, 54-point win over the Port Adelaide Power, 9-10-64. Goals for the Blues, De Koning, Moyer, O'Keefe, 1 each, Cripps, Frankie, Zach, Flynn Young with 2 each, McKay, 7. Only injury was Cooper Lord with a concussion, and Ollie Wines got 3 weeks for that today, that bump, which I thought was a bit harsh.
For 3
it was
weeks.
just shoulder to shoulder. Like, it's unlucky that he's come off with a concussion.
As soon as there's a concussion, you know you're going to
know.
be getting.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He was very, to be fair, Lord was very good.
he's been good for
Yeah.
a long time now. Like, this is, yeah. Well, let's
Well,
talk.
he's strung like 20 games now plus.
Yeah, we'll talk a bit about players and individuals and whatnot as we go through this. But, yeah, look, a lot of people will say, where's that been all year? I just want to start off by saying this. There's no pressure. There's no expectation. There's nothing on the group. Usually when that happens in sport, you're going to get the best out of a group because they're
saying
just
that-
playing with freedom.
Sorry to cut you off, but in saying that, I think there actually is pressure on the players.
How so?
In the sense that I was asking you this question, and I was thinking about it while watching the game, and I was like, the last 2 weeks we saw that like that massive change against Gold Coast where we just started blitzing, and then this week here, and I was like, do the players have this subconscious thing where they know Voss is safe, now there's more ownership and accountability on themselves to perform, or their head could be on the chopping block come the moves that Graham Wright could make?
Yeah. I mean,
This is where my head's at. I'm thinking, is there that little bit more effort, that little bit more than what we're seeing? Because, you know, you look at our performances 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. Like, we weren't bringing this.
no, not even close.
We weren't bringing this ball movement. We weren't bringing this this pressure. And, you say that there's no pressure. There probably wasn't 4 weeks ago either.
No.
And we'll dog shit.
4 weeks ago, the pressure was different. The pressure was that we weren't going to play finals. And it was looking at the time like there'd be a new head coach.
The pressure was on the coach.
System and whatnot.
Simple.
So I agree with you. I think probably for the last 4 weeks, the playing group has been a bit...
I just don't know whether I was reading into it too much.
No, I don't think you are, because I was going to say something similar. I think they've just been in limbo. And when you're in limbo, you don't really know where you are. You're neither here nor there, right? It was funny watching the game because you've got one team with a coach that's outgoing next week.
Yeah.
Right? That playing group, you could see, they just didn't care. Port haven't cared for the last fucking month, really, right? If you've watched their games, they don't really give a shit. And how could you when the coach you're currently playing for is about to leave, right? Sure, you can set him off in a good way and whatnot, but you know there's a new system coming in. You know that there's nothing to really play for. Whatever. Preseason started in their head 4 weeks ago. That's where we were at. Now, it was funny to see that basically a week after we've backed in Voss, our group looked re-energized and they looked like, all right, let's go again. Again, I don't know if you're reading too much into it, but for me, it was funny to see the contrast between the two, where we probably were in the position that Port Adelaide are in now. Now we're in a position where you've got confidence and stability in your head coach. Look at the difference in a week. Port are shit. I don't know. We don't have a test against a good opposition now for the rest of the year.
You've still got to do it.
But I'm expecting that we do what we just did against Essendon on Thursday.
You've still got to do it. So what we did do was win at the source. We dominated clearance. We got the ascendancy early. Our ball movement inside 50 was definitely... You can see we've worked on things, haven't we? We've definitely worked on things.
I agree.
And obviously, in Voss's presser, he was saying that we're looking for next year. And everything's about planting seeds for next year, obviously.
So 70 more disposals. We had 65 inside 50s to 38.
Joe, we belted them by 16-4, I think, in a half of footy or...
For what?
In clearance, man.
Yeah.
Like, it was ridiculous.
Well, the clearances were 41-30, 19-7 out of the centre, and we'll talk about clearance. Beat them in contested ball by 40, uncontested ball by 40, so good balance there. Took 18 marks inside 50, which was good to see. 17 contested marks across the ground. Led for the whole game. We only laid 42 tackles, and because obviously...
But look at tackles inside forward 50.
We didn't really need to tackle, but 16 of those were inside 50.
Yeah.
So once the ball hit the deck inside 50, they went to work. That's all you want to see. So, on clearance and on stoppage, because you mentioned this prior
We're
to the
unbelievable.
show.
We're getting the ball forward to centre, and then the ball used from a guy in Sam Walsh, who is back.
Oh, he looked good.
Far out, didn't he? We'll go into a bit more detail about him.
We'll go players later, yeah.
But...
Talk about stoppage for me.
Our clearance work and our stoppage work was probably the best I've seen us all season.
Yep.
Against their midfield who wasn't undermanned, apart from Horn Francis, who would normally go through there. Really, when you look at it. So the boys stood up really well. I don't care what anyone says. That's where the game is won and lost. And everyone's saying that we're moving to this modern day of transition football and to use the ball effectively, which is right, and ball speed. But I am a big believer, again, that if you are to be competitive and if you are to be successful and win the league and win a premiership, you need to be dominant at stoppage and clearance because you gain so much through territory.
Of course.
And inside 50 repeat entries.
But I also just think it depends on the profile of your list. I've said this for a long time. If we had a list that were good ball users, that were quick, like had good leg speed on the outside, I wouldn't be preaching a stoppage game. The fact of the matter is,
but look at the advantage it gives you straight away. I
understand,
so
but
you have to emulate that.
I understand, but we've got the cattle to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are teams out there that can't go with us in the middle and at clearance because they don't have the cattle.
Go look at the heat map.
Cripps, Hewitt, Walsh, you add Cherry in the mix and you add like a Jagger Smith or something as and Zach Williams has been playing that role actually, and he's been brilliant. He's been I think he was the number 2 rated on the ground on the weekend again, but I think something over the past
in
6
score
weeks.
involvements or something.
Something like over the past 5 or 6 weeks since we've seen that switch. I think he's either 1 or 2 at the club. Highest rating, something like that. Anyway, but this is what I'm saying. Like, when you've got the cattle to be able to play the stoppage game, play the stoppage game. This is why we look so bad when we don't win stoppage, when we don't compete at clearance, because we don't have runners. We don't have good ball users. We don't have any of that. When the stoppage game's on, we fucking belt teams.
Yeah.
That's your one wood.
Yeah.
We've said this for 3 years.
Yeah.
What got us to a prelim wasn't our run and gun. True?
It's evident. It's evident by this point that we really need to put our emphasis on that. And, you know, we've even said in previous weeks that our ball movement from the defensive half has been a lot better this season.
Better.
Yeah?
I agree.
Against Port Adelaide, it was great. I think we moved the ball really well. But this stoppage and clearance game, we really need to nurture and get back to being the best in the comp. And that's going to set us up.
I agree. And I don't think we need to add anything to the midfield mix.
No.
I know we're talking about Zach Butters and it'd be great, but I don't think you actually need to add anything to our midfield mix to get the best out of them at this
This
point.
game against Port Adelaide, the difference was we converted.
Mm-hmm.
We converted early. Mm-hmm. We applied scoreboard pressure. And if you look at it, we had like 9+ goal kickers. And you probably had 4 or 5 midfielders in that mix, with Walsh missing 2 that he probably should have nailed.
Yep, agree.
Huge.
Yep.
So if we're adding that element to next year, yeah, are we going to turn it around? We will.
I just think we've got to keep it simple with this list. Every time
I don't think there's sorry to cut you off, but I just don't think there's too much of a change that needs to happen.
No, I agree. I also think I want to reiterate this. We spoke about this year. There's been a few comments about bombing long and all that. We're not the only team that does it. Like, if you watch enough footy, you'll notice that we're not the only team that bombs long, especially going inside 50. Like, pretty much every team in the comp will do it to an extent, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with bombing long and going down the line if you have to get a stoppage and whatnot or try and get a contested mark. We've got the players to be able to do that and to be able to even that out. The problem is this year, through whether it be through availability of players, through lack of confidence, through instability at the club, that's the only thing that stood out to people, is how many times we bomb long trying to come out of defensive half. I'm telling you now, we will never, unless we do a massive turnaround of this list this offseason, we're not going to be a running side.
No, but Voss nailed it in his presser where I think he used something like play the way what you see. And there'd been a massive, you can see when we get the ball at times, we're so indecisive of taking that kick. That actually slows the ball movement down.
Agree.
So I think if we just play what we see with what he'd mentioned, it's just naturally going to look better
Agree.
and quicker. Yeah?
Okay. What else from the game? Overall, before we go into players.
I want to talk, you're
Before we
obviously
go into players.
Going on what we'd said about players playing for their life. Like, you've got Frankie Evans again.
Oh, we're going to go into players here?
No, we'll tie in.
Well, I don't really know what else there is to talk. You know, actually, can I say one more thing about the game, right, and how it played out? 4 goals up. We kicked 7 goals to start the game. Great first quarter. Come out firing.
H had 7 score involvements in the first quarter.
There you go. He had a massive game.
That
was one of the most monstrous games from a key forward I've seen. He had 21 disposals.
Yeah, it was huge.
He was everywhere. Anyway, start the game well. 4 goals up, quarter time. They kicked the last 2 of the first quarter and then kicked the first one in the second. Right? I'm thinking, fuck, all right, we're not going to go on with it like we have all year. It's going to be tight.
Did you actually think that?
I did for a second when I went, we've fallen asleep. It looks like they're going to get themselves back in it. They were 3 goals.
Just history was sort of saying that, yeah.
And it was an arm wrestle. Like, we didn't really kick back, right? It was a bit of an arm wrestle for a bit. But then we got it back on our terms and we kicked away. We kicked 6 goals in the second quarter with 13 goals to half time.
Yeah.
That there is something that we haven't seen from this group. Now, I know Port Adelaide are terrible. We've said that to start this show. But we've come up against terrible sides this year and not been able to do that. And then it's become like Essendon. When we beat Essendon last time we played them. Like North, they ran over the top of us. West Coast even. We were up by whatever it was at halftime. We lost the second half against shit teams, right? Melbourne, same thing. So it was actually good to see for once that we came up against a team that was vulnerable, got ourselves in a winning position like we have all year in most games. Think about it.
Yeah.
I think we're the best first quarter team in the comp, right? Get ourselves into a winning position, but then kicked away and put the fucking foot down.
And not only that, in the fourth quarter, we kicked the first 3 goals.
Yeah.
Of that quarter, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So it was Flynn Young, I think, had one of those.
I think it was, yeah.
As well. But yeah, that's huge as well.
Yeah.
Just to settle for that, especially with how bad our second halves have been.
$5 donation from William Engelman. Thank you very much, mate. Okay.
On that, it's funny because before we started the show, and I'm listening to Joe like depict the game, and we could again, we're all happy because we've seen a win. We could have come in here very different and gone on the way that we have the last however many weeks,
but
and just been like, but it's against Port Adelaide and it means nothing. But we're just talking, and we're happy about the positivity.
Agree.
In what they've been able to show, with optimism for next year.
Yeah, and I don't think this is going to change the big picture. Like, we're going to do grading, like a grading system on what we thought of the season.
It's still been shit.
Next week.
Simple.
And we're going to talk about which players we think should stay, should go, and we're going to go through the whole list next week of players, right? None of what I think about what should happen in the off-season is going to change because we beat Port by 10 goals and because we probably beat Essendon next week, the way we're rolling, right? That's not going to change my mind on any of that. But you've still got to play for something at this point. You can't just roll over and just go, you know what, we've been out of finals contention for 6 weeks, fuck it. Let's just get belted by 10 goals every week. It's not happening.
No.
Even last week against Gold Coast, they could have easily been 80 points, 90 points. Almost won the game in the last quarter. So, yeah, you've still got to play for something. On that, and we're not going to do a preview for Essendon because we haven't done previews for a while. I'm going to tell you a stat, which I think I told you during the week.
Oh, yeah,
and I don't think too many people know this. I'm going to ask you, how many games in the last 10 years,
I got this right,
do you think we've won in the last round of the season, regular
Zero.
season? Zero.
Yeah.
None. Since 2015. Not a single game. The last time we won a game in the last round of the year was 2013 against Port Adelaide. We came from the clouds, 38 points down third quarter, finished 9th to make the finals, beat Richmond the next week, right? 2013. Since 2005, 20 years, that is our only win in the last round.
It's fucked.
We don't know how to finish a season. Yeah. So fuck me. If you're telling me there's nothing to play for, turn that around. Like, look at that and go, that's a systemic issue at this club. It has to be at this point. You got one win, one draw, and 18 losses in the last round over the last 20 years. Turn that around. Like, show us that, you know what, fuck it, we're going to break the mold a bit. Just little things like that add up, right? And you go into the off-season, 2 wins under your belt, hopefully against Essendon, and you go into the off-season with a little bit of momentum, and you go, you know what, we finished the year really well. We know how we need to play. Let's fucking train that. Yeah. Let's go. Like, I know it seems irrelevant because of how bad the season's been, but you're still got to find something. Do you agree?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into players. Talk about who you want to talk. Oh, sorry. Petra Khan, $2.43 donation. Thank you very much. Good insights on last week's win. Players.
Beautiful. Who we start with? Do you want to start with Walsh? Let's just go.
Go through. There's a lot of players I want to talk about
Walsh.
tonight.
We obviously spoke about the midfield group. I do want to talk about, again, George Hewitt as well. He had 11 clearances. So then you bring Walsh into the mix with George, who's extracting, and then you're getting clean ball use from Walsh, and what a difference that guy makes.
Agree. Hey, the way he was moving.
But he looked confident.
But like he was taking on players through traffic.
When we rushed him, I felt like we'd rushed him back at the start of the year. And I'd actually said, remember I was telling you, like, he's just going to have to, like, play more games to get his fitness. And, his preseason was longer than everyone else. But when he's come back now, he just looks different in terms of determined.
He looked very different.
Yeah, there was a different mindset or aura around what he was able to display. Some of the sidestep, that's Walsh-esque.
Yeah, through traffic, like hands, he's kicking inside 50.
Yeah.
But again, like I know he kind of played on the ball.
He was on the ball.
But it was his ability to get outside of the contest and out of traffic at times, right? And whether it be a quick handball receive, 1-2. That's Walsh at his best. Straight line running can hit up a target. Lower the eyes, hit up a target. We need more of that from him. Whether he plays on a wing or not, we just need to be able to figure out a way to free him up from the middle.
Yeah, but if this midfield group doesn't hum, like I said, if George Hewitt isn't doing that where he's getting 11 clearances and likewise Cripper, then Walsh isn't having the same effect.
I agree, but that's why you got to keep it simple.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Yeah. I'm still happy to play him at centre bounces and inside, but he's the one that has to be breaking away from
He's
stoppage.
forward to centre.
He has to break away from stoppage. He can't be the extractor.
No.
Or the one that gets the ball at the back of the pack, gets tackled, quick kick, dump kick around the body. That's not him. That's not where he's at his
What
best.
do you have? 28 touches, yeah?
28 disposals.
28 touches first game back.
82%.
At 82% bang.
Yeah.
And you know,
19
before,
of those, mind you, 19 of those were uncontested.
So he had 2 months off, yeah? Now, before that, do you remember we started questioning his ball use?
Yeah, of course. But
His
again,
ball use.
19 of those were uncontested.
Yeah.
So it looked like
Huge.
he was having a contested game, but it wasn't. They were swarming him. He was able to get out of traffic, get a quick handball receive.
Yeah.
Go back and watch his highlights.
Yeah, but
It's
you've
fucked.
got to look at the work that the other players are doing for him as well. 'Cause it's massive. That
But
that
this is-
can't be that you can't not notice that work
Yeah.
and the way that it functions there in the
But
middle.
you've got to keep it simple.
Yeah.
Like, just don't have your players play roles
that they're not suited to.
that they're not supposed to be
Yeah.
playing. Like, have them execute the basics. And if everyone does that and works for each other, you're a better fucking football team. Simple. Fucking simple, man. On Walsh, and this will probably lead into Harry as well. Walsh had an interrupted preseason. Charlie had an interrupted preseason. Harry had an interrupted preseason with the mental health side of things. Elijah, obviously the same thing. Does that not show you how important it is to get a really good block into players?
For sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And maybe we're too quick to judge certain players without taking into account how limited or how impacted their preseason block is coming into a season.
Yeah.
Do you agree or not?
Yeah, I do.
Because that's the one thing where I went, you know what, maybe a bit quick to judge on a few. Charlie had a very interrupted preseason. He had fucking surgery on his knee. Came back round 2, didn't look like he was ready. Walsh, the back again, flared up. Hamstrings, whatever. Even Chera, went to Qatar, got his calves looked at, but fuck me, man. What sort of a preseason you having when you had the year you had last year?
Yeah.
If that doesn't show people how important it is to get preseason right, Walsh looked like a different player. He's had a mini preseason.
A lot of people are questioning him actually playing these last 2 games.
But he should.
I agree.
Same as Harry.
Yeah.
For the exact reason that we saw from Harry on the weekend.
How many minutes did Walsh play? Did we manage his minutes in the third and the fourth?
66% time on ground.
So that's still decent.
No, it's not.
No,
Not
it's
at all.
not. That's nothing actually.
No,
Sorry.
that's 2/3 of the game.
For a first game back though.
Yeah, but he's missed basically
So I think
1.5 quarters.
I think in the third and the fourth, we managed him a lot more. Yeah.
So yeah, I just think it's important going into next year. Like, we've got to get good blocks of training into these players where they go into round 1 and they are fit and firing. Like, there's nothing surrounding their fitness. And if they are a little bit off, have another block.
This preseason now will be where you can start judging the high performance.
Yeah, I know, because it's taken about a year. It takes about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think now how we're going to see the group going into 2026, that's now going to be accountability on the new high performance from this year.
Agree.
Big time.
Harry. Can I read? I just want to read
The
his
stats.
I
The
want to read
stats
his
for Harry is ridiculous.
21 disposals, 6 marks, 7 goals straight.
Career high. Career high.
Equal career high, but 7 goals straight.
Is that career high or equal?
Equal. 7 goals straight. He had 15 score involvements, so he had a goal assist on top of that as well. 3 contested marks, 3 marks inside 50. He was leading out. The goal from the ruck.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Just stupid. That was like Tom Hawkins-esque. That's what Tom Hawkins used to do. Grab it out of the ruck, bang, put it on your boot, goal. 10 to 13 ruck contest. That's pretty much it. But 21 disposals, 7 goals, and the presence that he had out there was enormous. It was enormous. Go.
Yeah. So maybe people are going to hate me for this, but I am actually going to be a bit negative in regards to H.
Huh?
Yeah.
Go on.
Not about the game, not about how he played, about how much can we trust the inconsistency and lack of availability going into next year.
Yeah, I mean, do you agree?
No, because, all right, he's had arguably one of the best games ever played for us.
Probably the best game I've
The
seen
best
him
game he's ever played.
Yeah.
However, if you're out for 6 weeks in a season, that's going to impact us.
How many games he played?
Look at how many games he's played. Look at the impact that he has had now coming back, for example.
Yeah,
Joe, Harry McKay and his impact, if we can't get that right,
11 games.
If we can't get that right and he has another 11-game season, we're fucked. I don't care what anyone says.
21 goals, 6 this year across 11 games.
Joe, if we're not getting enough games out of Harry McKay, it's pointless.
Look, I agree. I'm not going to disagree. I think you're right. But
there needs to be honest discussions around what he can give the club and what he can give himself and what he can produce, because we need that consistency to be successful. We do.
I agree.
Simple.
But this is the thing. What you said in that, though, was we also need him.
We definitely do,
Yeah.
but not for 11 games.
So
11 games is not enough to make an impact to make what you said last week, top 4.
No, I agree with that. He needs to play 20
You want to
games.
make top 4? Harry McKay has to play every game.
He needs to play 20 plus.
Simple.
Agree. Yeah, he can't miss more than 3 or 4 games in a season.
So if you're starting to think like that, you need to get him right,
What I'll say is, though,
mentally and physically.
because Charlie, he's in the same boat.
Yeah.
Really, the last 2 seasons he's missed a lot
For
of
his
footy,
body,
right? He's missed,
yeah.
and his body's not like it's taken its toll on him for the majority of his career now. Riley Beveridge made a comment after the game. I think it was today on his All Access show or whatever the fuck. He said, paraphrasing, this is why you don't trade a player like Harry McKay. If you trade him, you're looking for draft capital to bring in a player that's exactly like him. You've got him, right? I agree with you. Now, I don't know if you put that on H or if you put that on our high performance department at this point, right? Because there was a period of time where Cripps, prior to winning his Brownlows, we were talking about him in the exact same way. I don't know if people remember this. 2020, 2019, he was been labelled a journeyman, labelled as this and that. We as a club got him right. Dual Brownlow medalist, one of the best captains we've ever had.
Yeah, but you're dealing with not just physical.
I understand
with H.
I understand the mental
So
side of it.
but
But
we need to be very.
hey, if he needs you've got to be able to get a block. Like I think for him, you've got to look at the season and give him a plan, if that makes sense, right? I'm not expecting H to ever play 23 games again. Charlie, the same. We need to manage.
No, I think H you can.
I just don't.
I think you can.
I don't think we're going to see it. I think you've got to manage him. And other
His
teams,
body physically can do it.
he's been out for 6 weeks.
Yeah, Joe, but
prior.
hasn't been just physical.
Yeah, I understand that. But I'm saying other teams do this very well. Other teams in the competition do it very well with their star players, right? They'll look at it. They'll go, you know what? You can probably have a rest here. You can probably have a rest there. Get yourself right. Go away for the week. Whatever. We need to now be doing this with players that we absolutely need to be playing 18, 19, 20 games every season.
If these are the discussions that need to be had, but this pre-season now, off-season, this is where we need to work out from Harry McKay what he needs in order to get that 20-plus season.
Agree. Look,
I don't mean to be negative. We can go. Just keep talking about his game and his stats.
No, you don't need to. You don't need to.
Yeah.
And I don't know if, it's probably changed my mind a little bit on his value for us next year, because I know what camp I was in, but I think depending on how he goes against Essendon.
The game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's changed my mind in terms of
How good he is.
Well, not in terms of how good he is, but whether or not we need him. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
George Hewitt, is he going to win his first best and fairest?
I think so.
I think it's locked in.
I think he's got lock loaded.
Frankie Evans, another 2 goals. He kicked 8 goals in the last 3 weeks. He's our second highest rated player on the list in the last 3 weeks.
Told you last week, took his opportunity. He got knocked down. He got knocked down. He got dropped. He'd been dropped and he'd been omitted. And his patch now is credit to him.
He's kicking inside 50.
Credit to him.
And you know what? Half the reason that we got him was because of his kicking inside 50. He's showing that now. He's showing that he can use the ball like not too many other small forwards in our list can going forward.
Between him and Motts, I think they had 10 tackles inside forward 50.
Yeah, well, Frankie had 5
between
for
the
the
both,
game,
and Motts had 5.
had 4.
4 or 5. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Mott's a different proposition. Anyway, Ashton Moyer looked really good again. I like the way he moves. Nah,
He's got X factor.
he's got it.
He's got X factor.
I think that's one we've just got to persist with. I think he actually needs to just play next year. Yeah, because the more the weeks go on, the more he's looking comfortable, the more he's understanding how he needs to move around that forward 50. Like, he looks like he's got it.
Yeah. Think about just quickly on H. Do you think he needs to put a bit more size?
No, I think it is what it is at this point.
Like, he's quick over 100.
Well,
he's fast.
This is the thing. I think where he gets exposed is when he's stagnant.
Yeah.
When he's on the move, with that reach, if he's leading with that reach, you can't stop him.
Yeah.
And he is quick. Straight line speed.
He's quick.
Yeah.
I think he's the quickest at the club.
One of.
For 100.
McGovern was.
For 100 metres?
I don't know about 100 metres. Oh, no, I was talking sprints. Maybe for 100 metres.
I think for 100 metres he is.
Well, when he got drafted over the 20-metre sprint, right, the quick midfielders are doing like 2.9, 2.8, I think, something like that, over 20 metres. H had a 3.2. He was top 10 in his draft combine.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, 3.2 seconds over 20 metres for a guy that's like 7 foot tall, whatever he is, right? But he needs to be on the move, right? This is what we've got to figure out next year with our forwards. H has got to be on the move, leading patterns, like open up the lane for him. Charlie, you can go one-on-one. Put it on his head, see what he can create. If you want to, get him higher up the ground. But H has to be leading out of the fucking goal square. Simple.
To be fair, Charlie needs to as well. Charlie
doesn't have the explosiveness that H does. But he's still like straight line speed. H has got him covered.
I think Charlie still struggles one-on-one.
Anyway, next year. Lockie Cowan, we've spoken about these guys every week. Lockie Cowan, Flynn Young, Ollie Hollins, Matt Carroll, Hudson O'Keefe, Billy Wilson even had a half-decent game, I thought. Ashton Moyer, all the young kids. For me, when we go through this next week, they stay.
Very much
untouchable. You give them extended contracts. You tell them, we believe in you for the future. Keep getting games into these kids.
It could be a massive blessing. I was thinking about this and I'm like, do you know what? These kids getting this much exposure to this level of footy so early in their careers as well could put us in unbelievable stead.
Agree.
Because we're finding some absolute gems.
We are.
And
that's a credit to Nick Austin too. You got to give him massive credit.
Well, I think that's why he's kept his job.
Yeah, because a lot
he has. They announced that he'll be staying.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
into
as
2026.
As they should. Because there's a lot of people that will say, like, you look at Sauce when he was list manager, he got it right for one draft, and Sam Walsh, and they were gifted to him because he had fucking 4 picks inside the top 15 or whatever it was. Right? You can't get that wrong. Nick Austin's actually found like second rounders, mid-season draftees, supplemental period. Like, he's found some gems that have come onto the list and look like they can play a role and put pressure on spots next year when we've got a healthier list. Yeah. That's the main thing for me. You need players to be able to put pressure on selection.
I
think we've got that.
Hey, doesn't Hudson O'Keefe excite you?
He's another one.
If he gets his kicking right.
Well, are you now comfortable if Tom leaves to go,
I think
this kid plays next year?
When we spoke about Tom earlier, I was like, I'm sort of half looking at it going, we actually don't need you.
Yeah, well, I think that's half the point as to why they've probably given Pitto a rest to finish the season.
Honestly.
They're trying to work it out for next year.
Hudson O'Keefe, he's physically, he's a machine. Very confident, very good overhead. Like I said, if he fixes his kicking, just be a bit more clinical. But otherwise, he's ready.
Last one I want to talk about from the game, he got concussed, but Cooper Lord, 18 centre bounce attendances, which was more than what Walsh had. He only played 52% time on the ground because he obviously went off concussed. 52%. 18 centre bounce attendances in half a game of football. He had 4 clearances, 3 from the centre. He had 6 score involvements, 2 direct goal assists to Cripps. Both of them went down Cripps' throat. And the biggest thing for me in all of this, I spoke about this a couple of weeks back. When he was playing off half-back, wasn't his position. He wasn't impacting the game. I understood that there wasn't a spot for him in the midfield as an inside midfielder, but fuck me, he's an inside midfielder. Yeah. He's now spending 76% inside the offensive half of the ground. It. Okay? If you're going to play Cooper Lord, he plays as an inside mid, you get him running through the midfield. Pretty simple. I don't want to see him off half-back next year. Jagger Smith next year, play him off half-back. Keep him uncontested. He's a good ball user. Let him run. Yep. Get the legs under him. Put some time into the midfield for him. But that's a player that needs to go behind the ball. Not Cooper Lord. The guy genuinely gives us something in the middle. I think we've all seen it now. Agree? Agree. All right. Anything else? Cripps had a good game. Couple of goals. Spend more time forward, I think, next year.
He will. Yeah. He will.
I think we're actually going to see that transition because he's looked a little bit. Not that he's cooked. I don't think he's cooked. I think he'll still offer a lot in the middle, but I think you just make the call.
So
you spend him time forward.
The other one, and I want your opinion, is Jesse Motlop.
Gavin Whelan just said the same thing. Me and Gavin on fire tonight.
Jesse Motlop.
Yeah.
I'm asking you.
He's out of contract.
I'm asking you.
Well, we're going to talk about this next week.
I'm asking you based off now because he didn't have a bad game.
No, he didn't.
Against Port.
Can I ask you a question first?
No.
Okay.
No. Does he stay at the club?
I'd give him a 1 year.
Silence says enough.
I'd give him a 1 year deal. But can I say something?
Go.
I actually think Jesse's been treated very unfairly.
By
his position. So he has not been...
About rolling in the mid.
Yeah, he's not being played as a small forward. Think about Jesse at
The
his
last
best.
4 weeks he has.
To an extent, he's still rolling up because Fantasia
Barely.
hasn't been there playing that role. He's still playing that role.
Williams is rolling up now.
Yeah, Williams is rolling up. I agree.
Motlop is not rolling up.
For me, I think he's still got upside as a small forward, but he's not playing as an exclusive small forward. He just hasn't been for the majority of the year.
I think his decision-making doesn't cut it.
He's young. He's 20, man, or 21.
He's been better with his pressure. So, like, to give him credit in the game against Port, if you look at a player in the last quarter, so we talk about effort and how much we value that as a bare minimum, he was still chasing and harassing in that fourth.
He was.
For me, it's his ability to, one, he didn't hit scoreboard,
No, he didn't.
okay? And the other one is his ball use or decision-making. Gets home with holding the ball way too much.
I'll give you another name then. Lockie Fogarty.
As in, like, yes or no?
Where's he at? Because if you're talking about hitting the scoreboard, and if you're talking about the impact and decision-making and whatnot, where's he been?
Well, that's right. So it's out of them two in terms of one has to go, one has to stay. And we get 1 or 2 in. Smalls.
I think
Smalls is a priority, Joe.
I think personally, outside of a Durden, who I think is gone, because of
See, I think that's stiff. I think Durds this year is stiff.
yeah, but there's clearly something there that the coaching staff.
Well,
aren't
we
seeing.
don't know.
He kicked like 6 goals across 2 weeks and then he got dropped.
I know.
So there's something there that's not working, right? I think maybe outside of a Durds, I'm just trying to think if there's anyone else. I think they'll all get a contract, personally.
Right.
I think they'll get 1-year deals. I think Flynn Young, I think Frankie Evans, I think all of those types that we're talking about, I think they're going to get 1-year deals.
Yeah.
Personally.
What's your opinion on
And
Flynn Young?
Mott's included. I think give him time. I like the way he moves.
Finds a footy.
Knows how to find the footy
Yeah.
and find his own footy.
Yeah, I'm still not sure.
Yeah,
But he's young.
Fuck, he's only played,
That's
what,
what I'm
6
saying.
games?
Like this type of exposure,
Flynn Young.
is going to be good for all these.
Flynn
young ones.
Young, Jesse Motlop, like even Frankie Evans is only 23, man. Like fuck, like how can you make your mind up on these players when they're in their early 20s? Do you know what I mean? You got to give him time. Fogarty's different. He's what, 26, 27 now, I think. He's had time. Durds has had time. I know Durds is only 23, 24, but he's had time. Like he's played a lot more.
Yeah.
He should be more accelerated in his development than what he is. Does that make sense? You got Tyson Gresham coming in. We'll bring in a couple of other smalls. Like, I think for small forwards next year, we're going to see an improvement regardless. But I still think Motlop, you've just got to give him a year. And I think if you're going to give him a year, you've got to say to him, we're going to play you as a small forward exclusively. Go show us you can kick 20 goals as a small. Think about all the games where he's played as a small forward only. Melbourne semi-final, he basically almost won us the game in that last quarter.
Yeah.
It was massive. Port Adelaide comes in, kicks 4, which is when it all really started for him, right? I don't know. I just think I actually think there's two or three others that are ahead of him. Sorry, that are behind him in terms of whether we're keeping.
Well, Will White's ahead.
Or delisting.
In
Will
my
White's
eyes.
ahead.
Will White's ahead.
Yeah, he's probably ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think all the ones we've brought in this year are ahead of him.
Yeah.
It's not the ones that were brought in this year that I'm thinking. It's
Right.
the ones that have been there and have had time. So anyway. Like Zach Williams. What are you doing with Zach? He's got 1 year left on his deal. He's going to have a year
And
next year. I'm
Fantasia.
telling you, he's going to have... Well, I think Fantasia's
Fantasia's done.
Well, I think he's one of those ones that's behind Motlop.
Yeah.
Because of availability. The one thing Jesse Motlop gives us is availability, to be fair. Like, fuck me. At the end of the day, he plays every week. He's there when you need him. Just give him the time and give him the opportunity to actually play as a small forward exclusively. And I think we'll see a different Jesse Motlop, genuinely. I've said this all year. I haven't been off him.
No, you haven't. You've stuck with him.
Probably the wrong thing to do, but anyway.
Keep calm. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10.
Not happy, Jen!
Do you know what? I don't have one this week.
He's happy.
I don't have one this week.
He's happy this week. All right. Well, if you don't, I don't have one.
If Joe doesn't, you know what? If Joe doesn't do my fucking spreadsheets next week, you'll be my not happy Dan for next week. I'll tell you that much.
Spreadsheets for your business?
Which one? Yeah. The thing that I told you and Gab to do.
Fuck me. What have you done for me lately?
Oh, okay. If he doesn't do them, stay tuned. Fair enough.
I don't think so. To be honest, I don't think it's fair at all.
Well, the listeners will be pissed off like I will.
I don't think they will be.
That's
Anyway,
it's 3 minutes of your time.
we've got one more left next week before we do a trade recap down the track.
We're going to go next week.
We're going on Thursday.
We're going. Yeah.
I'm going on Thursday.
I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Gab's coming on Thursday.
Yes, Essendon.
What's wrong?
No, it's
Bring it out there. Nah.
night time.
game.
Nah, disaster.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
I'm in Lara. Disaster.
When? What's on?
Thursdays always. That's right. I'll work it out.
All right. We'll see you next week. Bye.